Hey guys, what's up? In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at how I did at the DPSG Winter PRS match that was up in Two Harbors. It was my first centerfire match, so I was really excited to go to this one. I'm going to be shooting a Mossberg MVP, chambered in 308, and for glass, I have an Arkin SH4 Gen 2. For ammo, I'm going to be shooting 168 grain Sierra X-Tac Match. Speaking of which, let's dive in. So there was a total of 8 stages. The first one was called Defend the Wall, and this one was actually really cool. What they did was they froze 5-gallon buckets of water and basically made a big ice wall out of them. And what we had to do was on the start signal, we had to engage the targets near to far, large to small, with 2 rounds each, and after every 2 rounds, we had to move to a different position on the ice wall. We had a 20-inch target at 600 yards, a 20-inch target at 650 yards, a 14-inch target at 675, and a 20-inch and a 10-inch target at 725 yards. 10 rounds, 120 seconds on the clock.
Alright, Cody, you understand the course fire?
Yes, sir.
Alright, you may load and make ready. Alright, shooter ready?
Yep.
Stand by. Engage.
Nice.
How's that, Pat? Yeah. Missed. Shit. I gotta move.
Time, but if you want a second, go ahead, buddy.
No, we're good.
Yeah. Go clear. Clear.
So I ended up getting 3 out of 10 for that stage, which isn't bad, but it's not really great. I feel like I could have done a lot better. I was struggling seeing where my misses were going. I couldn't really tell if I was high, low, left, or right with all the fresh snow they got before the match. So I didn't really have any idea what I needed to adjust to get back on target. Overall, I was a little disappointed with that stage, but it was still a lot of fun. Moving on, the next stage, we have around a court. And basically we were shooting off this wood pile, and what we had to do was on the starting position we had to engage the target 2 shots each, and then we had to move to a different position on the woodpile. We couldn't repeat any positions, so it had to be a different position every time. And we were shooting a 10-inch target at 445 yards. And again, it was 10 rounds, 120 seconds on the clock.
If you understand the course of fire, you may load and make ready.
And then what do I do?
It's just
This?
start, stop, reset. But if
Start?
start, stop. So once
Yeah,
it,
once it
once it
starts
starts beeping, then
Yeah.
when you hit stop,
It'll
if it's gone all the way through the cycle, just go back.
got it. All right. You understand the course of fire?
Yep.
Got spotters up?
Yep.
Okay, shooter ready?
Yep.
Stand by. Engage. That was really high.
Did you dial go?
Yeah.
The Bushnell's not work for you, bud?
It's hacked.
Oh.
Nice.
No, they were. I just wanted to. I wasn't not doing too well. It's good if you need to use the manual.
It's hacked. It's hacked. You got it.
Oh, that was good.
It's hacked. Plenty of time. 40 seconds.
I knew when I knew.
It's hacked.
That's why a lot of ours
Time. Good shooting.
Thank you.
Dude.
Shooter is clear.
Heck.
Good job.
So that stage definitely went a lot better, except for that first shot. I was a little concerned with that first shot because it wasn't even in the same zip code as the target. But I was able to make the correction, saw where I missed, got back on target, and ended up pulling a 6 out of 10 out of that stage. So really happy with that result. Moving on to the next stage, we have hit to move. And on the start signal, we had to take a modified prone position on the spool and engage the TYL rack, large to small. After every impact, we had to engage a confirmation target with one shot. The TYL rack is a hit to move. The confirmation target is hit or miss move. So we have the TYL rack at 225 yards with 5 targets on it, a 10-inch, an 8-inch, a 6-inch, a 4-inch, and a 3-inch. And then the confirmation target was a 14-inch target at 375 yards. So to reiterate that, on the TYL rack, we had to hit the target before we could move on to the next target. After each impact, we'd engage the confirmation target with one shot, and then we'd switch back to the TYL target, hitting the next smallest target.
Spotters up.
Yep.
Shooter ready?
Yep.
Stand by. Engage.
So I was underneath.
Yes, sir.
Thumbs up. Hi, so my go coil.
I left my goddamn photograph.
Back.
I was go get it. We can have it run a couple rounds.
That's alright.
On the throttle and that's just a simple speed adjustment.
I don't think it is. That was
And, yeah, for sure.
I gave it
It's a wobbly route. Anybody want to go?
Well, he was saying I was low.
Where the hell is that thing?
Impact.
It's each of those four positions. And my thought you're going to bring that off.
Impact.
You're always okay with just
You got sun.
Hi! Woo-wee. Good shoot.
Yeah, it was a
Sugar's
l-
clear.
Yep. A little
Good job.
low.
Alright, so next stage, we have Skillish, and this one's pretty straightforward. On the start signal, the shooter will engage the targets with one shot each, large, then small, from the 4 available positions. We have a 10-inch target at 390 yards, and a 5-inch target also at 390 yards. This one was an 8-round stage, 120 seconds.
All right, Cody, you understand the course fire?
Yes.
All right, you're loading it ready. All right, spotters. Either ready?
Yep.
Stand by. Engage.
You really like the big one. Changed my hole both times.
Impact.
Oh yeah. Excited.
Go ahead and sender.
It was low. Okay. Yeah. Was that low every time on that small one?
Yes. Yep. And then bam, you get it on that last one.
Yeah, that last one I aimed up like 4/10. I held 4/10 up, yeah.
Alright, so 4 out of 8 there, not too bad. I really struggled with that small target. Couldn't really see where I was missing. Turns out I was pretty low think the last shot I was aiming like 3 or 4 tenths up, so I was hitting about 5 inches low. Not really sure if it was my dope or if it was just the wind doing windy type things. One thing to pay attention to, and I didn't really pay attention to this throughout this whole day, and I should have, is that when you have a lot of stages with larger targets and smaller targets, if you can, sometimes it's hard to do, but if you can, pay attention to where your impact points are on the larger targets relative to your aim point. Because if you can tell if you're hitting low relative to your aim point, you know, you kind of get an indication of what corrections you need to make to hit the smaller targets if you're missing. Alright, so we're actually going to skip a stage here, mainly because the idiot forgot to hit the record button on the camera. Again, it wasn't my best stage anyway. It was a really bad stage. I ended up getting a 0 on it. My elevation was all over the place. I was not making the right wind calls. I only ended up getting 6 out of the 8 rounds off. I think I fumbled in the bag a couple of times, or something went wrong. Cost me a little bit of time there. I'll give you the breakdown of the stage though, while we watch Tanya kind of go through it. So what we had to do was on the engage signal, we had to engage the following targets in the following order: near big, far big, near small, far small, and then we had to move positions and then re-engage the targets in the same order. So at 375 yards, we had a 10-inch and a 4-inch target, and at 725 yards, we had a 20-inch and a 10-inch target. So here we have the tank trap stage, because every match has to have a tank trap stage. Why not, right? What we had to do was, on the engage signal, we had to engage the targets from a position on the tank trap, near to far, large to small, with 1 round each, and we had to move after every 2 shots. So the first position was a 10-inch and a 4-inch target at 275 yards. The second position was an 11.5-inch target at 475 yards and a 12-inch target at 495 yards, and then the last 2 positions were going to re-engage the same targets. They were a 15-inch and a 6-inch at 555 yards. The positions we had to use were the 3 tips and the center. 8-round stage, 120 seconds. And spoiler alert, I didn't do the best on this stage either.
All right.
I'm a spotter. I'm a spotter. All right, are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by. Engage.
Good elevation. Top point left.
Uh-oh. That sucked.
How did I spin your turret once?
Yeah. How high was I on the last one?
I wasn't watching, but he said you were pretty high.
Jeez. I don't know if I got loose screws or something.
Good. I mean, I seen you turning it so easy. I'm like, guys, that thing just slipping, but it feels good. I mean, shit, we used to shoot a shit ton of Arkans, man, and we had great luck with them.
Yeah, this is my second one, and my first one I have amazing luck with.
We had 4, 5, 6 of them at one point, man, and they were dead-eye dick all the time, man.
Yeah.
And Arkan's really good, man. If you think you got problems with them, send it back to them.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
So I'll say, I don't know if, because I can't be pulling that high. Like, it's just weird how I'm like on one set of targets, I'm like absolute dead on, and then
check torque on all this shit.
yeah, yep. Yeah, I mean, I could probably check it now again, but
I would. I mean, that'd be the first thing I would do is just check the torque on everything on the scope just to
Sure.
make sure, you know.
sure.
Alright, so let's talk a little bit about what's going on here. According to the spotters, on this stage I was missing pretty high consistently. So I was curious as to why all of a sudden it changed on this stage from missing low consistently, which I was doing the entire rest of the day, to all of a sudden missing high. Which I did end up finding something when I got home from this match on the ballistic app that I used to get my dope. And I'm actually going to make a whole separate video on this. A, because if I tried to explain it in this video, it would end up being a really long video. And B, I think it's a pretty important topic. And C, it's going to be really interesting to see what you guys think as the viewers. You know, like I said in the first video of the channel, not exactly a professional by any means doing this, and I'm kind of learning a lot of this as I go. I have been kind of wanting to make a video on this topic for a while, especially from a beginner point of view. And I think the video could help other beginners out there, and also I'd be interested to see what kind of pointers and tips that I get in the comment section. Now we have the pyramid stage, also one of those types of stages that's pretty much at every match. Or supposed to be a pyramid, I should say. We were using one of those rectangular shaped ones, I guess. On the start signal, we had to take a position on the highest position we could reach, engage the largest targets with 2 shots, then move to the next lowest position, and engage the next smallest target. And keep repeating this until 10 shots are fired. For targets, we had a TYL rack with a 10-inch, an 8-inch, a 6-inch, a 5-inch, and a 4-inch target at 445 yards.
Alright, we got spotters up.
Spotters up.
Stand by. Engage.
Impact.
So here I was thinking I should have taken the bipod off just to make this a little easier. So I did.
Impact. Center on both of those.
It's very rare that something accidentally goes in my favor, so I was actually pretty happy about that.
Impact. Slow. Wrong target. Yeah, 3rd one, but you hit the 4th one. Impact. Center.
Now you're gonna hit that one.
So 4 out of 10 here on this stage. Pretty much just came down to a combination of me not being steady behind the rifle and making the correct wind call. Our last stage was a rooftop stage, and this one was interesting because our starting position was pretty unique. So we had a 10-inch target and a 5-inch target at 390 yards, and on the start signal, we had to engage the targets in the following order: small, big, big, small, big, and then we were starting on the left side of the rooftop. Then we had to move to the right side of the rooftop and engage the targets in the reverse order: big, small, small, big, small. And the starting position was actually starting in position on the rooftop, so on the left-hand side, and we had to start with an empty magazine in. So before we could start firing, we had to drop our empty mag and reload with the loaded magazine in.
It's crazy. Bumble fucking throttles up. I just drag the shit out of that rooftop.
Try and put in the empty mag. Now your mag's getting dirty. Be careful your thumb. That's a hand issue. Impact.
Impact.
Impact. Impact.
That is slippery, guys. Be careful.
That was the best thing ever. That's so bad. Impact.
Ready.
Impact.
If you want to grab, I can grab this.
Dude, that's just as hard to spot because I have to remember what? It's just as hard to spot because I have to remember which one you're shooting at.
Light. Is it light?
Alright, so we finished off the day with 32 confirmed hits, 31 confirmed misses, 8 rounds not fired, and at the last stage there we had 3 rounds. Wasn't sure if there were impacts or not. Looked like I did nick the edge of the target there, but it was pretty hard to spot. So, and I think a couple of them might have even just hit the strap that was hanging the target, in which case it does not count as an impact, obviously. Either way, still had a lot of fun. I'd like to give a big shout out to the guys that organized this match and showed up early the day of to clear out some of the snow. Like I said, they got a lot of snow before the match, so it was really cool that we were able to still go up there and have the match. It was also great to see a really good turnout. We had 32 shooters show up, which was awesome. It was a little chilly, but I think everyone had a good time. And I definitely learned a lot going up to this match. And there's a couple more things I really need to improve on. The first one being recoil management. When you're shooting rimfire matches, you kind of take it for granted because 22s really just don't kick, especially when they weigh as much as a truck. When you jump up to centerfire, however, it's one of those added variables that you kind of have to be aware of. The other thing, and this is probably the most important thing, is paying attention to every single shot, not just the misses. Because in situations like this, where it's tough to see where your missed shots are going, you can learn information from your impacts as well, as long as you pay attention to them, which is something I did not do at all this match. And that about wraps up this video, so thanks again guys for watching, hope you enjoyed. I'm going to be linking the Facebook page in the description. That's where I'm going to be posting updates on video progress and updates on match info, so you can follow along that way too. At are getting closer to that 100 subscriber mark. So like I said, I will be doing a giveaway when I hit that mark. I'm kind of leaning towards an Arkin scope. Not quite solid on that yet, so yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any other ideas. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Impact! 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 Big
Impact.